Yeah, you have to reshare as well.
Oh, reshare. Okay. One second. Let me find the right window and then share again. Okay. Close my. Okay. Now I got it. Okay. Okay. I think all good now. Okay. I just wanted to tell a business use case and then discuss a business use case so that everybody of us, including me, when I was making this PPT, understand why basically we need Databricks and what is it used for, because data has been here in this world for long time, even before computers, right? So why do we need these data pipelines, especially in this now? And then I'll try to explain it with a simple use case so that everybody of us will get up to speed. Who is the stakeholders and where exactly Databricks is used in this pipelines? Okay, don't go by the data pipelines and the ML pipelines. We're just discussing about the data pipelines. Okay, and ML pipelines is an extension to the data pipelines. As in we progress, you'll get to know. Okay. So firstly, I was just wanted to let you guys know that using data pipelines, you are doing something with data. Um, so what is that we are doing is a question, right? So one thing we need to understand is data is dirty in the sense that most of the times only you need very few data. You have enormous data, but you just need only 2 or 3 columns or 2 or 3 pieces of data from this enormous data. Okay, and that's where the data pipelines comes into picture. Now let us take an example of a store which is Costco. I just take an example. It is selling an A2 milk. Okay, A2 milk is a premium milk, and then its shelf life is very less, and then they want to know how much you need to order, right? We'll take this example, and there are 300 stores around here, assuming there are 300 stores, and which store needs how much, right? And the agenda is understanding data pipelines, and I don't say understanding ML pipelines, we just say like when we'll just stop where ML pipeline starts. Okay, that's where it. And then real world example, like I just explained, and then traditional data versus data bricks, and then implementation data. Okay. Now, what is the data pipeline? In any data pipeline, there is three main steps. Okay, extract, transform, and load. You extract the data, you transform the data, and you load data to something else. And that something else could be ML pipelines. It could be business intelligence platform where user, and it could be some reporting platform where user goes and sees what data is. I mean, how the data looks in the way he wanted. Okay, so and what it handles, data pipeline handles huge amount of data. Okay, it could be petabytes, and I worked in a data pipeline, not in Databricks data, not per se Databricks pipeline, in traditional data pipelines where there is an ingestion of 100 to 200 GB per hour also. Okay, and this is a real world example, as I said. What is the challenge, right? What, let us take a company wanted to order the A2 A2 milk, right? Costco wanted to order A2 milk from its supplier for all its stores. Why? We want to optimize inventory levels because we don't want to take too much of the stock, keep it with us, and then distribute to our shops, because the shelf life of this product is very less and it goes bad after this store. So that's a cost to the company. So they wanted to, and they don't want to order less number and lose the customers because because they lose the business. So don't want to do. We want to strike a balance between these. So that's where we need to improve the supply chain efficiency, and that's where the uh, data pipelines comes into picture, because we do something with the data, we analyze the data, and then we predict it. And we could predict in multiple ways, that's fine, but we predict it, right? So that's what. Okay. And what are the data sources? So for us to analyze the data, to clean the data and then give it to the prediction or somebody else, so that company will predict to see how much of data is, how much of milk is needed. So we need to get data to run into the pipeline, right? By the way, if you have any doubts, you could actually stop me in between. Okay. So yeah, so then what is the source of the data? Source of the data is daily sales. Okay. And the daily sales could be in a database, in a system. We collect it in, remember, in ETL there is an extract. We extract that data from this system, whether it's a daily sales, whether it's a plain files, whether it's a database, right? And it could be and current stock levels also. Okay, current stock level meaning what is the current stock and what is the one that are sold, and how much might be needed, right? So we also consider, say for example, a store wanted 30, sells 40 day, now there are 10 already in its store, so we just need 30, so that current stock. Okay. And then sometimes in an advanced stage, you could also collect the weather data and then see how much you need, right? Because it's a cold weather, it's a rainfall location, you might need less, but this isn't very advanced, but I'm just. So what are the sources of data? Sources of data is basically your daily sales and what is your stock, and then it could be, that is the daily source. And then the technology point of view, it could be a CSV file, it could be a database. Okay. Now the traditional, okay, data has been here, so data pipelines has been here for long, right? And what is the difference between traditional pipeline and databricks pipeline, right? Okay, traditional pipeline, as we said, data source, we ingest, we process, we store data somewhere, and we send it to ML or for other serving platform where to get the some report. So we stop here to storage, right? Data sources. What are the data sources? Whatever we just saw. And ingestion. Ingestion is a compute layer, or a, how would I put it? A business logic layer, right? I mean, from data sources you ingested into business logic layer, and processing is the business logic layer actually. So where you do some of the massage to the data. Okay, what is ingestion layer? There are two kind of ingestions: streaming batch jobs, and then Kafka or S3 or to the database JDBC. These are ingestion layer. What is the processor layer? The processing layer is how you want your data to look like. Okay, Apache Spark, Apache Airflow. Okay, and then storage layer. Where do you store after processing? You could store in S3, you could store in any Delta lakes and data lakes, and you could store in warehouse. Okay, and then these ML flow serving Kubernetes API, all these are like for the later stages in the ML. But what is we need monitoring, Prometheus and Grafana. Why we need to monitor is to continuously improve the data pipelines, and that data pipelines, how much the data is stored using the memory, how much is stored on, how much time is processed, it's taking all those things, right? So that's the traditional pipeline. So in the traditional pipeline, so we collect the milk data, okay, milk data, and provide it to the API connectors or API connectors, because it's a batch processing. Then the Apache Spark and all those will actually pre-process the data, process the data, like it, because I said data is dirty, right? And the data will have duplicates, and the data will have null values, and the data will have all these off values. Off value meaning something like away from its median. So what we do in processing of data is we take this sales data, milk sales data, and then what we do is we remove null, we fill null values with some sort of median values, and we actually remove the duplicate lines. Those is called as processing data, and the data that comes as it is from the sources is called as a bronze data in this data in this world, right? It's called as bronze data, and the data we process, like removing the null values and all, is called as silver data. Okay, and the data that is used by the reporting or ML is called as gold data. So if there are 100 fields in a data, for example, in our A2 milk, there are 100 fields in the data, and then most of them have, few of them has null value. We fill in null values, and then there are duplicate entries. We remove those duplicate entries, and then that is called as silver data, and that is done by our processing layer, so that we could predict the right milk, right? So, and then out of 100 fields, we only need 3 fields in it to predict. Okay, we don't need all 100 fields. Only need 3 fields. Processing layer doesn't consider that. It just makes the data clean. Okay, and then so silver, after cleaning, you put into silver layer, right? And then we again take only the 3 fields that are needed for reporting or ML service. Then we put it in a golden layer, and then golden storage. That is called as gold data, and that is used by ML. Okay, so there are, and now there is 15 different fields with traditional architecture, right? It's the same thing that we explained. We don't need all this. This is just our inventory. Then it goes to Kafka, as I said, and API connectors. Then get the S3. Then get to the processing layer. Then stores into data lake. Okay. And then why do we need traditional architecture? We have complexity, 10 to 15 tools. We need to learn all of them, time consuming, and then infrastructure. We need to, and then everybody has a skills. Team silos means everybody has a skills, and then, it's not in single person's hand like that. And then cost inefficiency, we need to cluster running every time. There is no efficiency of the infrastructure, and then it takes time, all those kind of things, and it's cost high, and then slow deployment, right? So now the Databricks platform enters, right? So Databricks, as we said, it can ETL pipelines, and it also has an ML development and all, and then real-time processing, which is streaming, which Aishwarya will actually explain more on the data, but I will explain the architecture point of view, right? So we auto load into the ingestion, okay, and then it stores as a bronze data, live tables, and then gold features. The way you run this data lake to the live tables like bronze, silver, and gold, okay, is basically by using your notebooks or a Python code or a framework called DBT. DBT is data build tools. You build the data for ML. Okay, that's why the name data build tools, right? So when you have a milk, okay, when you have a milk with data with you, what you do is you write a SQL file so that the data with the DBT, it's a template, so that it will be with bronze, silver, and gold. Okay, we'll convert the data into DBT. That's a technology. I think I'll park it later. I can give a data DBT live session, the working session. But for now, assume that you have a tool. It could be a code, but DBT is a better tool which converts your data, raw data, bronze data, into and silver and gold data, right? And then it is help for serving the model. So now you have, as you say, you have 100 fields, and you use DBT to do a silver data, cleaned data. by filling the null values, by filling the median values, by removing the duplicates. And then you also convert into features data by only taking those columns from 100 columns. You only need 3 columns. That DBT does, right? And then Databricks replaces all the traditional tools. Okay, and it's an on-demand infrastructure, and you could auto scale it and auto scale down it so that you are cost efficient, and it's very faster, right? To build a data pipeline by developing business logic by yourself, trust me, it will take months. But remember that we just had, and then we are now somebody will be demoing this, right? That simple it is. Even to get to this stage, it takes months because you have to write business logic for so many layers, and then you have to write a deployment logic, you have to create an infrastructure, all this it takes at least a month. But now you just read the documentation and put together a small simple pipeline. Okay, so that's how we implemented. I actually covered this data bricks with A2 sales prediction at the same time while talking. So is just that is so it's just that the slides are later, but I compared it already, and then we just uh, so that's how we, with a simple example, that's how I wanted to explain the traditional and the data bricks. That's it. I'm done. Any questions?
Yeah, thanks, Shiva. I mean, this was amazing. I mean, I especially like the traditional architecture representation slide where you go through various layers, and then for each layer, what is the tool
Yeah,
you used.
this one.
Yeah, this one, this is too good a slide. I mean, so clear. I was able to easily understand how the data flows, the ingestion, processing, what, especially the tool required for each ingestion processing. That was very clear and precise to me. And even I liked your comparison slide, tool slide, which compares between Databricks as well as a traditional, giving a overall understanding of how powerful Databricks is. Thank you so much for simplifying this for us.
My pleasure. Yeah. So next time we'll run with the data. We'll see how simple it is with the building these layers, like we say, this bronze, silver, and gold layers, because it takes a lot of time and effort with traditional pipeline, but with some DBT tools, it's like really simple. Actually, these three really, really simple.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I think over to Aishwarya. I think she will actually show the meat of it now, which means running Databricks.
Nice.
Anybody has any questions? Okay, let me stop my screen. Okay, over to you, Aishwarya.
Uh, Hi everyone. Good morning. I'm Aishwarya. So let me just if you could make a moment, I'll just share my screen. Mm. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see the
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah. 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 So hi everyone, I'm Aishwarya. I'll be introducing you to the Databricks platform in this session of mine. So, in this session, I'm mostly focusing on people who have never used Databricks before, and you just want an introduction into what Databricks is, why we are using it, how to navigate the Databricks UI and everything. So by the end, you should be able to navigate through Databricks UI and do some basic stuff in it, and you'll be able to like explore and do whatever you want to. Okay, so I'll not delay it any further. I'll just start with it. So what exactly is Databricks platform? So Databricks platform is a unified platform, right? Anything you want to do with data, you could do on this. If you want, like Shiva said, if you want to do extract, transform, and load, you could do it on this. If you want to train your ML model, deploy your ML model, you could do it on the data. You could do it over here. If you want to create dashboards, any role, any work that has to do with an analyst, you could also do over here. It is built on Apache Spark. For any of you that doesn't know, it's not that complicated. It's just a open source distributed computing framework, which will help you process big data. So if you have streaming data, if you have millions of data, it'll just help you process it like easier. So Databricks is built on top of that. And then it's a cloud-based workspace. That means you don't have to set up any servers. You don't have to set up infrastructures. You can just log in and start working on your data or any projects that you're doing. And then, of course, supports multiple languages, Python, SQL, Scala, R. Mostly we'll be using Python and SQL, but Scala and R is also supported. Now, why exactly do you use Databricks? Of course, Shiva's already given you a great example of Costco thing, but I'll also give you a simple example so you'll be able to like go forward with the demo as well. So let's just consider a e-commerce sales analysis pipeline, right? So if I have, say, if I did take two tables from of sales data, that is customer data and orders data, and if I join them together and I want to, let's say, calculate some metrics and I want to create a business report, if this is the use case that I'm going forward with, in a traditional pipeline, what I'll be doing is I'll have a database or a source from which I'll be extracting it. So I have to write a Python code, or I could use something called a tool called Kafka for streaming data. So I have to extract data using that. I have to schedule them as well to run every day. Let's say if you want to get the data in the morning, so I'll have to schedule them in the morning to run in the morning as well. And then you need something called talent to help, or Informatica to help with your ETL, your transformations basically. And then you need to write another Python script to like get the transform data from talent into your warehouse where you'll be storing them. And then you need dashboarding, I mean a Power BI tool or a Tableau to like show dashboards, right? So what is the problem with it? So the first problem would be the multiple amounts of tools that you require. You need to have knowledge about those tools, right? You need to understand your tools. You need to know how they're working. You need to have a knowledge of their understanding. And the second thing is you have to scale it up and down manually depending on the kind of data that you're using and how your what sort of transformations you're making. And of course, poor collaboration. If everybody in a team is working on different tools, it's hard for me to collaborate with someone else who's working on a different tool because of simple communication problem also. And then, of course, it makes it complex to debug. So what does Databricks do? So now if we consider the same example over here in Databricks, we'll be having, the only thing will be you'll be extracting information from an external source using autoloader, and it will be saved into your data lake as your raw data. And then you could write a notebook with Python code, which could like transform this data and make it into clean and curated data, right? So you could just write your transformation layer logic and then load it back into your data lake under a different table. So now if an ML engineer or a data engineer, sorry, a data analyst wants to use this data, all they have to do is take the curated data and then like use it to train their ML model or to use it to do their to write their queries or build dashboards. So this is as simple, and this all runs inside Databricks. So I don't have to like do any connection stuff between them. It's pretty easy. I don't have to do anything. I could just manage it all in the UI. Of course, like I said, reduced complexity. The advantages would be the reduced complexity because the number of tools are obviously reduced to like one from multiple tools. And then, of course, it also supports version control. It's easier version control for you, easier to collaborate with your team as well. And then scheduling and monitoring also it takes care of. And the code is pretty simple on how to deal with the data. So So what exactly can you build with Databricks? You could actually build a ETL pipeline. You could build a dashboards for business analytics use case. You could train your machine learning models or yeah, and deploy them, and then you can monitor them as well. You could also do real-time processing, that is your streaming data processing as well. And then you could do your data warehousing. So let me just explain to you some key components before we jump into the demo part of it. Yeah. So, yep, workspaces. Workspaces is like your central hub inside the Databricks, where you'll be storing your notebooks, your libraries, and your data sets. And clusters are your compute engines. So you'll be like creating a cluster and then connecting it to your notebook and then running your notebook. That is how you do it. And then notebooks are, of course, your coding environment. Wherever you write your Python code or SQL code you want to do, you could do it. You could also use multiple languages in the same notebook. That is a special thing for Databricks as well. And then you have something called Delta Lake, where you'll be storing all the data sets will be stored, and it also supports ACID transactions. So that's that. And then there's jobs. Jobs are basically automating your pipelines. If you create a pipeline, you can automate it using jobs, and then you could also schedule the workflows, and you can also monitor it basically. So, okay, for the demo, what we'll be doing is I'll be taking you through Databricks interface. We'll take a look at data in catalog. Then I'll just create a notebook and write up ETL pipeline, which I've already done. So we'll just go through the code, and then I'll show you how a job is orchestrated, and we'll just go forward with it. So yeah, for anyone who wants to try Databricks for free, you could like there is a free edition available. So just Databricks free edition is what you need to go into. You could just log in and like create a free this thing. I'll just log in. I already have an account in it, so yeah. Okay. So this is the UI you see as soon as you log into it. Uh, so we'll just explore it. It's pretty easy. It's pretty simple. Anybody could understand this. So I'll just start with the sidebar, right? So this is your workspace. Workspace is where you put all of your coding notebooks, basically. In any so you could, for a particular project, if you want to make, you could make a folder and put all the notebooks that you require into it. You can also add your libraries or anything that is necessary for that project into the folder. So it's like your file system in your computer, basically. And then this is recents is your any codes notebooks that you opened recently, you can see over here. And then you have something called the catalog. Now, catalog is where your data set is, resides basically. So I'll just load the data set. So if you're using a streaming thing or something, you will be loading it from externally, and it'll be shown in catalog. So this is how it looks. I'll explain to you the catalog after we are done with the demo, so you'll have a better understanding of it. And this is your jobs and pipeline section, right? So this is where you'll be creating your automation for a pipeline, and then you have your compute. So if you want to run a notebook, you have to create a compute, because this is a free edition. You already have like something available as a default. You can only use this for now. Um, And then you have marketplace. Marketplace is where like any third party people can put their data sets and stuff, and you could like basically load them into your catalog and then do a project on them or whatever. And this is your SQL workspace. You have your SQL editor. You could write your queries. You want to build your dashboards or anything. We'll not be going much into this part of it. Not much into any part of it basically. I will just be going on here. And then for data engineering, of course, job runs and data ingestion, all of this part also. And then for AI and ML, you have your playground, you have your models and stuff. If you wanna do something with it, you're welcome to try it. Okay. So let me just go through a simple pipeline for you now. So, okay, so my pipeline would have, let's just go into catalog. So this is the thing that we are doing, sales and orders. It's like a very simple, very basic pipeline where I have two tables, customer table and orders table, right? So what we'll be doing is we'll be joining both of the table, we'll be cleaning the data, we'll be joining them together, and then we'll be giving a gold layer, which is your business layer, basically, that any analyst or an ML engineer would require. So let me just go through to the workspace, and this is the demo that I've come up with. So the first thing, uh, so what I wrote was for the first code that I wrote is to ingest customers. So for now, I just loaded it directly into the catalog. Therefore, this is just redundant at this point, but usually this is how you do it. So what I did was like it's already in catalog. I just put it into a different folder called bronze. So this is the code for that. And then you have, of course, the same thing for ingest orders as well. And then this code is for bronze to silver transformation. So this is all written in PySpark. You can also write it in SQL as well. So what I did was from bronze folder, I took both customers and orders table and then converted into data frames. And then this is the data frame. This is a data frame, as in you see it in the form of a table. This is your customers table, customer ID, name, country, city, loyalty points. This is what you have, and this is your orders data frame, where you have your order ID, customer ID, order date, product, quality, quantity, and price. So what I'm doing is I'm cleaning it up here. So in the customers table, if you have any duplicates, I'm just removing them. Orders, in the orders table too, if there is any duplicates, I'm just removing them. And then I'm converting the date to, I'm converting the data type of the order date table. Uh, yeah, that's all I'm doing with a cleaning for here because this is a simple data set. And then in silver layer, what I'm doing is I'm just joining both these tables on the basis of customer ID, like you do in SQL, basically. And that I'll be putting into a silver table, right? Which you can see in your catalog. You'll find it here, like silver schema is what I'm calling the folder, and you'll find it over here once I run it. And then the gold schema is here. The code for gold schema is over here, where it's like, yeah, okay. Where I'll be grouping it by country and then like finding the number of customers per country or the number of orders per country, whatever. This is like a very simple one. I'm not doing anything much over here. So this is what I'm considering as my gold layer is what is happening. So what I'm going to do is I could, of course, run all of these notebooks by itself, independently as well. But what for the purposes of this demo, I'll be running a pipeline for you. I'll be automating the whole pipeline for you, basically. So this is what it looks like. You could also create, let me just create a new pipeline if you want. Right. So yeah. Yeah. So this is our pipeline. Let's just create a new pipeline if you wish to. So I have all of my code in the notebooks. So I'll be writing, let's say, ingestion customers, right? So we have your node. It's a notebook. The type, your source, basically is workspace, yes, and the path. You have a basic pipeline demo, and then you could just put this, and that's it. If you want to add any parameters, you could do so. I will not be going much into detail for all of this. I'll just be going over the top so you can do your own thing. So, and then you can just create a task. This is a single task. And then you could just go to another task, create another notebook. This time, okay, let me just a notebook. Yeah. So let's say orders ingestion, right? And it's like, yeah, it's a notebook. Just everything workspace. And then I'll be telling them from where to where I'll need it. So ingest orders. And then this is it. And here's the deal. Oh, okay. You have a depends on section, so you can just mention if it is dependent on a previous step as well. So it is not. So I'll be putting it separately. And this is your task. So you could create your tasks like this. I already have created it before, so we'll just move on forward with that. So this is your ingest orders, this is your customers ingestion, and for bronze and silver, obviously it's dependent on both your ingested tables. So I've connected it to both of them, and then this will run the third notebook that I have, and so on. Now, when I want to run, if I now I could just run this pipeline, and I could monitor the run over here. This is it gives you like a basic how long did it take to monitor if it's running successfully. If it is showing like this, it's running right now. The white means that it has not started yet, and the dark green would mean that it's succeeded basically.
Can you also see the compute power it used? Like how much is the CPU memory it used?
Ideally it should be available over here, but then one second. Compute for now I use like serverless. I can't access the logs right now for the previous process, but you'll be able to see them in the logs is what.
Oh, there are no dashboards. You have to see in logs. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I myself am exploring it right now, so I may not be able to explain a lot of
Sure,
stuff also.
sure, no problem. I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
I'm
What are
I'm
the
not.
alerts? Yeah.
Yeah, you could set any okay, notifications or alerts as well. So if you want to like set a notification or like this thing, you could have like email, your Microsoft Teams, PagerDuty, Slack, or webhook. And if you want to set it for starting, if it's like for start of the pipeline, then you could set an alert for that, for success, for failure. If it's going beyond a certain duration, and if you have any sort of like backlog, you could still put like you can set up notifications basically. And you can, of course, add triggers. If you want to run your pipeline every day morning, you could do that. You could schedule it to run every day morning, or if you want to schedule it for whenever the file arrives into the database, then also you could do it. Or if there is a certain update to your table, then also you could do it. Or streaming data in general, which is your continuous triggers. It will be live, basically. It will never stop working. Yeah. So our run has succeeded. This is the thing. And you can now find all of your tables, your resultant delta tables over here. So this is the sales order thing where you have bronze schema. So where you find your customers and orders in the bronze thing. And then you have your silver schema where sales order silver I created. You can also find your, of course, you can look at the overview of your tables over here as well. So it gives you like what columns are there, who's the owner of the table, what type of a table it is. Any assets are any activity that you do on the table, and any table that is related to it is considered asset. So what asset is this table related to? You could see all those as well. And you can of course see sample data, which I have to start and close. Hmm. It will take a couple of minutes, so we'll just move on. Um, And then of course you have like who created the table, how was it created, any properties that is related to the table you could see, and everything like that. You could also see data lineage. Okay, what table, to which table is this table connected to? You could see that, right? So your table is connected to orders and customers in upstream, as in only by joining them you can form the silver table. So it's upstream, and then downstream it's connected to country order summary in gold schema, as in the silver table is used to create the gold table. So that also you'll be able to see. This is all the stuff that is given to you basically. And this is your final table where it's like what I did was I joined everything. So you'll be able to see the total number of orders and total number of customers per country is what. If you want to visualize this table, this is the final table that we came up with. If you want to visualize it, you could just go to the SQL editor and like, okay. So what I wrote was like, just show me the gold table is what I told them. And this is your gold table. If you want to visualize it, you could also, like, let's just go to bar chart. You could go country and consume. Okay. Total orders is fine. Yeah. So you could just make a bar chart over like this. Like there are multiple other visualization types. If you want to go through, you could do that, and then you can save it up. And yep, this is your final thing. You also have the option of creating dashboards, but right now I'm not doing it because it's the data that I gave is not complicated enough for this. So we'll just stop with this as well. Yeah, that's all. That is all from my side.
So I have
Aishwarya,
one. Sorry, go
Yes.
ahead. I have one
go ahead.
question. Can you? Uh, so one, it's not a question. One thing about data pipelines is if you go to any kind of interview, so they ask three major characteristics of data pipelines.
Mm-hmm.
One is how do you reproduce these data pipelines? Because a lot of the times we need to reproduce the data pipelines, right?
Hmm.
And how do you version your data pipelines? Uh, and then how do you monitor your data pipelines? This is for everybody, right? So these are the three major things and major characteristics of data pipelines they use. So I
Mm-hmm.
just whoever is working on these data pipelines, I would suggest go to the internet and search for system design for data pipelines. Okay, specifically for
Mm-hmm.
data pipelines, then it will be very helpful for you guys to understand and uh, one more question I had, Aishwarya, is can you show your diagrammatic view of your pipeline?
The diagrammatic view is this one.
That flowchart, yeah. So
Yes.
the data build tools I was trying to tell here is bronze and silver, right? So with
Yeah.
DBT tools, these two becomes one step basically.
Hmm.
So that's what I want.
Usually in a real case scenario, Databricks is usually used with DBT as far as I've seen. Like
Sure.
I was exploring and I saw a lot of people using it with DBT as well. Like it's
Yeah,
easier.
because if you are writing code, then what's the point? You are actually taking away one advantage of from it, right? So people
Yeah.
generally, even or without Databricks, they use DBT tools. It's called data build tools.
Hmm.
So it's basically SQL based, and then the greatest advantage is you can test it. You can
Yeah.
test, and then there is an idempotency to it built in it, and acid properties are
Yes.
consumed very well. It doesn't imply acid properties, but it consumed very well from the data lake.
Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Yep.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
That is all. If anybody has any more questions, I mean, I just gave you a brief overview so you'll be able to explore the Databricks UI. I'm not trying to like make you understand the whole ETL process. It's a little bit more complicated than what I said, and I have very less time, obviously. So, which is why I was jumping around as well. So, yeah,
Aishwarya, I have a question.
yeah.
So this particular example, whatever you gave is only until the goal data, right?
Yes.
The ML portion still it's not there, right?
No,
You
it's not there. So now that the gold data is over here, you have it in catalog. So if you want to work on the gold data, you can just go to your this part of it and then like start writing your code, use the models, use this data to train your model and stuff.
okay, you can also do the training over here, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
And
So if
build your own LLM
yeah,
models.
yes,
Uh,
yes.
okay. Use
I mean, I've
case.
not explored this part of it, so I do not know the limitations, how much they'll be able to do it. But yes.
Nice.
I mean,
Okay.
if you want to get a basic understanding of how data engineering works, or for a beginner, this is well and good enough. This is enough, actually.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm curious to see how you can take this data and then come up with AIML, that processing part,
Mm-hmm.
come up with the model, and how that model could be used.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
I maybe I can do that later on. I can just explore and then we can put a session on that, maybe.
Sure, sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That was all. Thank you.
Thank you, Aishwarya. That was a really clear and helpful walkthrough of Databricks fundamentals. So now for our final talk, we have Kanoj here, who will present a review of the OpenAI Atlas browser. He will give us a glimpse into how Atlas simplifies working with OpenAI tools and datasets. So over to you, Kanoj.
Yes. Good morning, everyone in the US, and good evening, everyone in the India. Let me share my screen. I hope you can see my screen.
No, not yet.
Mhm. Is it visible now?
No, not yet.
Okay, let me change my network 1 second.
Meanwhile, while Kanoj is working on his technical issue, so let's plan for our next knowledge sharing session. We need one host and three talks. Aishwarya, if you could continue the stock Databricks, maybe the ML part which we discussed, that would be really good for, will be very useful for everyone.
I think I might need more time for the ML part.
You have 2 weeks, right? I mean, it's a
Uh,
bi-week.
yeah, I'll just let you know. Yeah,
Okay,
but
fine.
I think I should be able to. We'll see.
Okay, fine. And okay, one talk from Aishwarya, tentative.
I can give DBT if you guys are okay.
Yeah, that would be awesome, Shiva.
Yeah, I'll give DBT because it's
Okay,
widely used. So
nice. And one more talk, Prasuna. Your talk is still pending. Oh, Shaumya, your talk is also pending.
Yeah, I can give.
Okay, nice. Good. So on SEO, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, let's do SEO.
Basically it is Google Search Console.
Just combine a little bit with SEO. That way
Okay.
it will be more interesting.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Nice. Thank you. And Prasuna,
Satish, on what topic like you want me to do the presentation?
let's come up with a topic, but you will be one of the speaker.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly on marketing, maybe what is organic marketing, how does it work,
Mhm.
would be very useful for everyone to understand. Um, since we are trying to work on ZipReach, right, which is primarily
Mhm.
organic marketing. So if you could explore what is organic marketing, what are the components,
Sure.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, would be good.
Okay. Okay, Satish.
Hello.
Uh, yeah, Kanoj.
Yes, sir. Sorry for that. Can you hear
That's,
me now?
yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Let me try sharing the screen now.
Nice. Yeah, we can see the screen.
Okay. Yeah. So in this demo, I'll
Mm-hmm.
be showcasing the review of ChatGPT Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
It is recently released almost 10 days back. And let's see how it is and what features they came up with. Okay, so before that, let me step back and start with some questions. So with the release of new ChatGPT Atlas, did OpenAI reinvent the wheel of search engine? Is the first question, right? So the answer for now is no. They didn't come up with their own ranking algorithm or the such optimized algorithm.
Okay.
So it is on top of the existing ranking algorithm. And so for those people who don't know, like, the ranking algorithm, so let me tell you how the Google search works, right? So whenever someone searches something on Google, the query is sent to the Google server. And what happens there is the Google has a massive pre-indexed database. They have billions of web pages already crawled and analyzed. So they basically take the query from the user and do like they consider hundreds of factors like keyword matching, the backlinks in the website, the relativeness of the web page, and the freshness of the web page. So like that, they consider hundreds of factors and then rank each of the websites one by one. And the top ranked website will be shown on the top, obviously. And that is how the search result of Google works. So that ranking algorithm is not changed with the new release of ChatGPT Atlas. It is still the same. But on top of the result from the search, they have added AI, which simplifies our job of searching or finding something. Okay, so let's see the features that they came up with. The screen that you are seeing is the home page.
I have a
Uh,
question. So they should have their own search algorithms and all, right? They should have built their own search algorithm, or is it on top of Google algorithms? How does it work?
no,
Like,
it is not their own search algorithm. The result is still from the existing Google or Bing from Microsoft. So on top of the search result, the AI is analyzing and summarizing the things.
okay, okay,
It is not the
Yeah, the
own search
search
engine
results
from
are
OpenAI.
passed to the LLMs probably, and then it just gives you more refined this thing. Is that what,
correct.
right? Ganesh? Yeah.
Okay, so I thought
It's
they have their own algorithms, and then they have. I mean, I thought they're not using Google at all.
this is
No, even today, if you type in open web, I mean Chat GPT, it searches the web, right? In the Chat GPT client, right? It searches the web. So now and then feeding it. So now they're giving the browser version of it. Okay, so yeah. Sorry, Kanash. Go ahead. Sorry to.
no. Yeah. So this is the home page, and this is how the UI looks. So we have the history over here, the button. You can see all the previous chats, and we can choose an option to change the model. And this has some cool features which will make our job easy. Let's go one by one. Okay. Let's say we're searching result. The initial screen will be the response from the OpenAI, like the reasoning model and all. So they introduced this tab where we can see the web result as well. So this is the result from Google coming up uh, with a different UI, and we have some images again from the Google search, the videos and all. Okay, so the feature that they came up with is chat on any web page. Like let's say, let's open intheresult.com. Okay, so they came up with a feature of ask ChatGPT here, and we can ask any question here. Let's say, tell me about services of Intheresult. So it will analyze the website, it will read the website, and then summarize the services that we provide.
So it's widescreen. We don't see any. Yeah, no.
My internet is bad. Sorry for that.
Okay.
Okay, so here is the result. So it reads the whole website and then gives a response.
Oh, okay.
The similar thing can also be seen on CSS of a website, where instead of going through all the website and reading the stuff, we can ask the similar questions that we asked about, like when is the next event.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then our chat assistant is obsolete, right? We can use this browser instead of our chat assistant.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But not every. So there is a downside of this. Right now, this web browser is only available on Mac, so it is not available on iOS, Android, and Windows system. So not everyone has access to this browser right now.
Okay. But that anyways they will come up with, I think.
Yeah. It is not the response time from the ChatGPT, it is at internet. Sorry about that. Okay, by the time it generates the response, let me show you another feature. Okay, so they came up with the agent mode. This is right now available only for the paid users. It is not available in the free version. So let's give it a simple task. Okay, the agent mode. Let's say open YouTube and go to Indra's or Tech channel and play the latest video.
Oh, does it do all these things? This is
Yeah, it does. So it will open the YouTube, go to our channel and play the latest video present.
This is amazing. So I can buy, do shopping. Can I go to Amazon and say buy a particular product? Will it buy?
It will do price comparison. Yeah, it will open Amazon.com and it will add the cart into checkout.
Oh my God.
You can do your travel itinerary, book a travel.
They've changed the game completely, I think.
Yeah.
And how about the ads, right? I mean, does it, I didn't see any ads. Does it provide ads?
There are ads. Yeah, there are ads. Let me open YouTube. Okay, so
Because now the SEO game is completely changed. There are a lot of people invested in search engine optimization. If this is not helping them, then they need to redo a lot of things.
Uh, so I think they are not still at there because the core engine, the result is still based on SEO, right? So AI is not reading all the billions of web pages and then giving the result. So since the result is still coming from optimization.
Mhm. Yes.
Search in the result.
Your
Yeah, so these are the ads. Like while playing the video, also the ads and the sponsored ad one. So second ad. So we have ads designating the ads.
okay, nothing is loading for us. We still see a blank screen. That's
Internet
okay.
is too bad today.
Yeah, that's okay. Is your internet always like this or only today?
No, sometimes no. Like, it is
Oh,
happening frequently these days.
okay. Just talk us through other features, Kanoj.
Okay, so yeah, these are the main features like
Okay.
pretty chat everywhere on each and
Mm-hmm.
every the main feature. The agent mode is the second website. This actually works. I tried it out. It opened the website and it did all the things. So
Okay.
and it even let me show you an example. Okay, so this is the one. So I asked it to write a review the PR, and so it is able to review the whole code and give some suggestions. It has comment as well. This manually it got added by the agent.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is one uh, place where we can simplify our work.
Mm-hmm.
And so the downsides is obviously the I already told that it is only available on Mac OS, and
Mm-hmm.
the other downside is I think it is still the product that needs to get matured. So I can only access one of my Google accounts from here, right? So coming to the Chrome and all, it can handle multiple accounts, right? Google accounts and like, and also the Chrome and all other browsers have this feature of cross-device syncing. Like the same tab that I open on my computer is also visible on the phone, right? So these kind of features comes as we progress. So these are some very small features that are missing here. And yeah, this is it, most of it.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah.
In
Manoj,
agent
My
mode,
internet
it
is
even
will
I
bad today,
have.
but
sometimes.
this
Hello.
good.
Yeah, Diksha.
Kanoj, even I have ChatGPT 5 premium thing. So just now after your this, I tried
Yeah,
this agentic mode.
continue.
Even for me, it's still loading. I mean, it's been 4 to 5 minutes.
Oh, is
I think it is not that internet issue. It's my internet is stable here, but it's still loading. Uh, it's not navigating me to the YouTube. It's just showing some live video.
it? I tried this morning with the same prompt, and
Oh, okay.
it did a good job.
Then I think it might take some more time for me to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I think we are over past our regular time. Diksha, let's close it. I mean, your closing remarks.
Yeah, yeah. So,
I think Shiva sir is asking some.
mhm.
What is it?
Someone is
Kanoj, are you
asking
about to?
something.
So,
I think,
anyone have any questions, or is it all that? Can I wrap the session?
yeah, please.
Yeah, okay. Thank you everyone for your participation and engagement today. So a big thank for all the speakers for exploring new things about the Databricks and also giving the business use cases of it. And also thank you Kanoj for showing this agentic mode of ChatGPT 5 and other features. So okay, thanks again for joining and see you all in our next session.
Yeah, thank you all. Bye.
Thank you.